The new foreign minister of China turning heads during his introductory press conference, slamming the United States, warning our policies toward China are pushing the two countries toward potential conflict. This is Kim Jong-un's sister issuing a threat to the United States, warning against intercepting any North Korean missile tests over the Pacific Ocean. Joining me now for more is the author of The Coming Collapse of China and the Great U.S.-China Tech War, Gordon Chang. Gordon, good morning to you. So the new minister wasting no time getting the point across, threatening the U.S. in his very first press conference. What do you make of this sense of urgency coming from China, and how concerned should we be?
I think Qin Gang, the new foreign minister, who was just echoing the comments of Xi Jinping, the Chinese ruler, on Monday, I think that both of them are establishing a justification to strike America. So this is becoming urgent. The Biden administration says, well, they don't want conflict, but the point is the Chinese do. Now, I believe that the Chinese establishment knows intellectually that it should not go to war, but emotionally it wants to kill. And that's also true of the Chinese military, which is getting more power inside the Chinese political system. This is like Japan in the 1930s, Allison. We should be expecting war very soon.
So what should the Biden administration do, Gordon? How do you think that they should respond to this?
First of all, we should be putting our military on higher alert. We should be getting ready for imminent conflict. I don't think it will happen, Allison, but if we prepare, we will convince the Chinese that they will pay an enormous price should they go to war. So it's important right now to establish deterrence. And the most important thing is that they need to hear the president of the United States change his tone, issue severe warnings from the White House, and making sure those warnings are not contradicted by his press secretary and by the Secretary of Defense. It is now critical that we show a United States that is indeed united and one that is prepared to defend itself, its friends and allies.
Yeah, that messaging is so important. The news regarding Kim Jong-un's sister, though, especially troubling considering she had very little voice in government prior to this threat. Gordon, do you believe that she's gaining influence? And if so, what does that mean for us?
Well, she's been influential for quite some time, and this warning about shooting down something over the Pacific should remind us of what the North Korean foreign minister said 5 years ago, that the North Koreans would test an intercontinental ballistic missile tipped with a nuclear weapon that would detonate over the Pacific. Now, every nuclear country has detonated something in the atmosphere. North Korea has not. And so we should expect the North Koreans to do this. They've been threatening this for a long time. They haven't done it, but they do probably have the capability now to do it. So we should be concerned that that is, in fact, the case. And we can stop this, and we can stop it short of military force. But we need to make sure the North Koreans know that they do that, the price will be too severe.
Yeah, absolutely. Gordon, before we let you go, House Republicans having committees on China. Obviously, we all want to know, the COVID origins. What are you expecting to hear from this?
I expect to see more investigations. I expect that the truth eventually will come out, as it always does. It might take a little bit of time, but it's clear that this did have a lab origin. And also, Allison, we need to focus on what the Chinese did after the outbreak, which was to lie about transmissibility. They knew it was highly contagious. They tried to lull the world into not taking precautions. That's the real crime here.
Yeah, absolutely. Gordon Chang, always great to have you and your insight. Thank you so much.